Hey everybody, I'm Scott Allen Miller. Today on Sam IT, we are going to talk about how IT, even when you're starting a new business and you only have one or two people, is a really big, important decision. Alright, so this comes up quite often in places where I tend to work. I tend to do a lot of greenfield or recently greenfield work with new companies that are just starting up. In companies like this, I almost always encounter a problem where before engaging their IT person, somebody who's starting up the company ran out and made really large, really critical, really sticky IT decisions that are going to haunt the company for the rest of its existence. This is a big deal, but everybody who's coming at it from the business perspective tends to approach it as if early on IT decisions are irrelevant and that later on they can all be fixed. The real world says that IT decisions are incredibly sticky and they're very difficult to fix later. It's not that they can't be fixed, it's that they won't be, and you need to understand that the decisions you make at the very beginning are extremely costly, and they're a spot where you have an opportunity to save a lot of money or improve operations or whatever. When starting a new company, there's a lot of little things you start to need. This could be as simple as choosing your email or your company's domain name or whatever. As you begin making those decisions, you're going to start wanting to implement them, and then you're going to want to start building things onto them, and you're going to want computers to work from, and all those little things that may not even occur to someone outside of IT as being a decision, are decisions. I just started with a company that had decided to go with Windows on their desktops and Gmail for all of their email and messaging needs. But they didn't like it for voice, mostly because they didn't take time to look into it, and so they started using WebEx for that. And they couldn't get VoIP because they couldn't get organized enough to figure it out, or traditional VoIP at least. Within just a matter of months and just a couple employees, they had built an infrastructure so convoluted and expensive that they were paying out about $1,000 a month for services that honestly they could have easily gotten for free, even going hosted from if they had gone with the right vendor, or nearly free had they gone with a lot of more logical options. Things were difficult to manage and difficult to fix. Luckily, we ended up in a situation where we were able to basically scrap everything and start over, but it was costly, especially in that we ended up scrapping people on top of scrapping technology in order to do it. Obviously, the people were not removed only for that purpose, but it went hand in hand. It required a complete rebuilding of the company to make everything be able to be redone, at which point we were able to go through and make logical decisions, actual, rational, intentional decisions about each thing that we did, including the operating systems that we ran, the software that we chose, the applications that we were building upon, the vendors that we would be working with, and so forth. For a normal company, it is extremely difficult to get away from your initial decisions, and there is every likelihood, and I mean 99% or greater, the decisions that you make on day one of your company will be haunting you on the 20th year anniversary. The decisions you make will still have ramifications. A lot of things will have changed, but most of the decisions, or a large number of the decisions that you will be making 20 years down the road, will have some basis in the decisions you made on the very first day. And on that very first day, I can guarantee you nobody was thinking about long-term ramifications. No one was thinking about flexibility in the future. No one was thinking about long-term cost. They were thinking about how to get through the next 2 weeks. And that seems great, but it doesn't work. IT does not work that way. You can't be building your core corporate infrastructure off of it doesn't matter, because unless your plan is for your company to fail in the next 2 weeks, you need something that's going to take you into the future. And those costs, that technical debt, the complexity to manage, the lack of features, are all things that are going to begin haunting you as early as just a couple weeks in, and will very likely stick with you for the long haul. So I want to get across, you must see IT as an investment. Every IT decision, even ones you don't realize you're making, such as buying a Walmart or a Costco laptop quickly that has a built-on operating system and you think, well, I'll just use that. That decision is a major one in a normal organization. It's just one that we have convinced ourselves isn't major and is a foregone conclusion, even though we're not even thinking about what it is. Clearly, we need to rethink how we approach beginning companies and early IT decision making. Thanks for joining me. Remember to like and subscribe and put your comments down below. Talk about what you've seen, brownfield, greenfield, companies who've been mired in technical debt that nobody even realized was a big decision early on. And as always, you can use some of the savings that this training series helps to create for you and your business to sponsor us on Patreon to make it possible for us to continue bringing these educational resources to you and your organization. Talkadillo is a cloud-hosted or fully managed on-premises IP PBX platform providing businesses with simple and simply affordable voice communications. Visit Talkadillo.com and learn more about how Talkadillo can change how you view your telephones and help to support Sam IT.